Hello everyone. So, in today's module we will start stability theory. You have already seen that for flow over flat plate we often tell that critical Reynolds number for flow over flat plate is 5 into 10 to the power 5. So, what does it mean by critical Reynolds number? That means the flow becomes turbulence if you go above this critical Reynolds number. How did you determine that? If you see that below critical Reynolds number, if you perturb the flow, then the disturbance will decay with time. That means disturbances will damp out. But above the critical Reynolds number, if you disturb the flow, then the disturbance will grow with time. So, this critical Reynolds number we need to solve this ordinary differential equation which we will derive in today's class, that is known as Orde-Sommerfeld equation. So, finding the eigenvalues of this ordinary differential equation, you will be able to tell that when this flow becomes turbulence from laminar. So, in today's class we will know how does turbulence come into being and what triggers it. So, you have seen that instability leads to turbulence. So, if we introduce a small disturbance into the flow variables, then a solution is said to be stable whenever the disturbance decays with time, and a solution is said to be unstable whenever the disturbance grows without bound with time. Although this study is very large, but our study will be limited to the problem of transition to turbulence, and we will consider parallel flows, mostly boundary layer flows. So, the starting point of the stability theory is writing the governing equations. So, we will make these assumptions: incompressible Newtonian fluid flow with constant properties, and we will consider the geometries which fit in Cartesian coordinates. So, these are the governing equations. So, this is the continuity equation, x component of momentum equation, y component of momentum equation, and z component of momentum equation in Cartesian coordinate. So, we will follow these two steps. First step is that linearization of the governing equation. So, we will consider small perturbation. So, why we are considering small perturbation? Because products of terms involving perturbations can be ignored with respect to the perturbation themselves. Then if we are considering small perturbation, then we will tell it as linear stability analysis, and then we will simplify the equations so that we can convert it to ordinary differential equations. So, in the governing equation you have seen that the variables u, v, w, p are the solutions of these governing equations. Now, we will write this u, v, w with some parallel flows where the velocities are function of only one coordinates, let us say y, and plus the perturbation. So, let us consider this velocity u as parallel flow u, which is function of y only, and the disturbance u tilde x, y, z and t. So, this is function of space as well as time, but the base flow is parallel flow and it is function of y only. Similarly, velocity v is also v, which is function of y, plus the perturbation v tilde, which is function of space and time, and w is function of wy. So, capital W is function of y only, and the perturbation w tilde, which is function of space and time. Okay. So, now you can see that obviously this u, v, w will satisfy the continuity equation. Our continuity equation, we have del u by del x plus del v by del y plus del w by del z is equal to 0. Similarly, this u, v, w also will satisfy the continuity equation. So, we can write del u by del x plus del v by del y plus del w by del z is equal to 0, but u is function of y only, right. So, this term will become 0, w is function of y only, right. So, this term also will become 0. So, we will get del v by del y is equal to 0, that means v will be some constant, okay. And let us say this is v naught, okay. So, if you consider a parallel flow, so you can see that from this continuity equation we can get v is equal to constant is equal to v naught. And similarly, now if you put the value of u, v, w here, what you will get? So, we will get del of del x u plus u tilde plus del of del y v plus v tilde plus del of del z w plus w tilde is equal to 0. So, here you can see u is function of y. So, we can write only del u tilde by del x. Here you can see v is becoming constant, right. So, it is v naught. So, it will be just del v tilde by del y and w is function of y. So, we can write del w tilde by del z is equal to 0. So, you can see these disturbances also satisfy the continuity equation, and we have seen that v is equal to constant u naught. Now, let us consider the x component of momentum equation and put these velocities with the parallel flow plus the disturbances. So, x component of momentum equation. So, if you satisfy this, then we will write just putting u is equal to u plus u tilde plus u plus u tilde del of del x u plus u tilde plus v naught plus v tilde del of del y u plus u tilde plus w plus w tilde del of del z u plus u tilde is equal to minus 1 by rho del of del x, okay. So, now pressure P also will be capital P, which is function of x and t, x is the axial direction, plus the perturbation P tilde, which is function of x, y, z and t, okay. So, if it is so, then we can write this term P plus P tilde, remember P is function of x and t, plus we have the nu grad square u plus u tilde. So, this is the viscous term. So, nabla square is nothing but del 2 by del x square plus del 2 by del y square plus del 2 by del z square. Now, let us simplify this equation and we will see that product of these disturbances, okay, will make it 0, because we are assuming that perturbations are very small and we are using the linear stability analysis, and product of these two small components also will become very small. So, we can neglect those terms. So, we will write, you can see u is function of y only, right, u is function of y only. So, we can write it as del u tilde by del t plus, here we can write u. So, u is function of y only. So, it will be just del u tilde by del x plus u tilde del u tilde by delta x v naught del u by del y, because u is function of y. So, we have to write del u by del y plus v naught del u tilde by del y plus v tilde del u by del y plus v tilde del u tilde by del y plus w del u tilde by del z plus w tilde del u tilde by del z is equal to minus 1 by rho del p by del x plus minus 1 by rho del p tilde by del x, and we will get plus nu. So, we will get one term d2u by dy square, okay, plus nabla square u tilde. Okay. And similarly, this u v w also will satisfy the momentum equation, right. So, we can write v naught del u by del y is equal to minus 1 by rho del p by del x plus nu del 2 u by del y square. Okay. So, since u satisfies the momentum equation, right. So, you see from here. So, if this is equation 1 and this is equation 2, then you subtract this equation 2 from equation 1. Okay. So, subtract equation 2 from equation 1. Okay. So, what you will get? So, you see here b naught del u by del y. So, this term will not be there and this also will not be there and this term will not be there. So, we will get this equation of perturbation del u tilde by del t plus u del u tilde by del x plus u tilde del u tilde by del x plus, so this term will not be there, v naught del u tilde by del y plus v tilde del u by del y plus v tilde del u tilde by del y plus w del u tilde by del z plus w tilde del u tilde by del z, and in the right hand side this first term will not be there, we will have only minus 1 by rho del p tilde by del x plus this term also will not be there, only nu grad square u tilde. So, now you see all the terms carefully and drop the terms where we have product of these disturbances, okay, because we have assumed disturbances very small. So, you can see that this term u tilde del u tilde by del x. So, this we can drop. Okay. Then we have v tilde del u tilde by del y. So, this term also we can drop. W tilde del u tilde by del z. So, this term also we can drop. Okay. So, now if you simplify this, so now you will get a linear equation. So, linearization implies that we can ignore product terms involving the perturbations. Okay. So, we can now write del u tilde by del t plus u del u tilde by del x plus v naught del u tilde by del y plus v tilde del u by del y plus w del u tilde by del z is equal to minus 1 by rho del p tilde by del x plus nu nabla square u tilde. Let us say this equation number is 3. Similar way, from y and z momentum equations you can derive the equation for perturbations. So, similarly we can write we can derive these perturbation equations for v tilde del b tilde by del t plus u del b tilde del x plus v naught del b tilde del y plus w del v tilde del z is equal to minus 1 by rho del p tilde by del y plus nu. So, you can see that p is function of x t and p tilde x y z t. So, it will become only del p tilde by del y plus nu grad square v tilde. So, similarly we can derive del w tilde by del t plus u del w tilde del x plus v naught del w tilde del y plus v tilde del w by del y plus w del w tilde del z is equal to minus 1 by rho del p tilde del z plus nu grad square w tilde. Okay. So, we have already derived the continuity equation del u tilde by del x plus del v tilde by del y plus del w tilde by del z is equal to 0. Okay. So, now let us give the equation number. So, this is 4, this is 5 and this continuity equation as equation number 6. Whatever disturbances we have considered, so these disturbances are assumed to be travelling periodically in space as well as in time. So, for that reason it is known as Fourier analysis or normal mode analysis. So, you can see if we use method of normal modes, linear stability analysis introduces sinusoidal disturbances on a background state. So, and these disturbances are assumed to be travelling waves and hence periodic in the flow direction and time. So, we are considering a background flow parallel to the x axis and varying along y axis. The coefficients of the perturbation equations must be functions of one independent variable only and let us say that is y. So, one way of reducing these equations to ordinary differential equation is to use complex function theory and solutions of the form. So, these disturbances will be u tilde is equal to u y e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power minus I omega t. Okay. So, this method also is known as Fourier analysis. V tilde is equal to v y e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power minus I omega t. W tilde is equal to w function of y e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power minus I omega t, and p tilde is equal to p which is function of y e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power minus I omega t. Okay. So, where this u, v, w are complex amplitude and alpha and beta are wave number and this omega is angular frequency, okay, and I is just root minus 1. So, you can see on the right hand side the real part gives a physical quantities. Now, these perturbation now will substitute in the perturbation equations which we have already derived. We have u tilde is equal to u which is function of y e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power minus I omega t. Okay. Now, let us consider this x component of this disturbance equation and let us find the gradient. Okay. So, we have del u tilde by del t, right. So, this you will get u e to the power I alpha x plus beta z minus I omega e to the power minus I omega t. Similarly, you can write del u tilde by del x is equal to u I alpha e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power minus I omega t. So, now you can see del u tilde by del y. So, u is function of y, right. So, you can write du by dy. Okay. Then e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power minus I omega t. Del u tilde del z. So, we can write u I beta e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power minus I omega t, and del p tilde by del x will be p I alpha e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power minus I omega t. And similarly, if you find del 2 u tilde by del x square. Okay. So, from here you can see it will be just u I square alpha square e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power minus I omega t, and I is equal to root minus 1. So, I square is minus 1. Okay. And del 2 u tilde by del y square. So, we will get d 2 u by dy square e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power minus I omega t, and del 2 u tilde by del z square. So, it will be u I square beta square e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power minus I omega t. So, now all these terms you please substitute in the x component of the disturbance equation and let us simplify that equation. So, from equation 3, now we can write in the left hand side it will be e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power I omega t with a minus sign. If you take it common, then if you put all these derivatives, you will write minus I omega u plus u I alpha plus v naught du by dy plus v du by dy plus w u I beta, and in the right hand side you will get e to the power I alpha x plus beta z e to the power minus I omega t, and you will get minus p by rho I alpha plus nu minus u alpha square plus d 2 u by dy square minus u beta square. Okay. So, you can see these term will get cancelled. So, you can simplify it and write as u minus omega by alpha I alpha u plus v naught du by dy plus v du by dy plus I beta w is equal to minus I alpha p by rho plus nu d 2 u by dy square minus alpha square plus beta square u. Okay. And let us say this is equation number 8. Similar analysis if you do for the other perturbation equation, then we can derive from equation 4, we can derive u minus omega by alpha I alpha v plus v naught dv by dy plus I beta wv is equal to minus 1 by rho dp by dy minus nu alpha square plus beta square v minus d2v by dy square. Okay. And from equation 5 we can derive u minus omega by alpha I alpha w plus v naught dw by dy plus I beta w plus v dw by dy is equal to minus I beta p by rho plus nu d2 w by dy square minus alpha square plus beta square w. Now, let us consider the continuity equation and simplify it. So, our continuity equation is del u tilde by del x plus del b tilde by del y plus del w tilde by del z is equal to 0. So, now if you put it here, you will get u I alpha plus dv by dy plus I beta w is equal to 0. So, from here you can write that dv by dy plus I alpha u plus beta w is equal to 0. Let us say that this equation number as 9, this is 10 and this is 11. So, now we will discuss about one important theorem, that is known as square theorem. So, square theorem states that if a growing 3D disturbance can be found at a given Reynolds number, then a growing 2D disturbances exists at a lower Reynolds number. That means, 2D disturbances are more dangerous to 2D flows than the 3D disturbances. So, now squares used some transformation and simplified the equations which we just derived. So, we now introduce a set of transformation which is known as square transformation that reduces a 3D problem to an equivalent 2D problem. So, you can see that now we will introduce these transformation. One is alpha bar square is equal to alpha square plus beta square, alpha bar u bar is equal to alpha u plus beta w, omega is equal to alpha into c, okay, and v bar is equal to v, v naught bar by alpha bar is equal to v naught by alpha, u bar is equal to u plus beta by alpha w, and p bar by alpha bar is equal to p by alpha. Okay. So, we will use this transformation and we will simplify the equations. So, as we proceed towards the free stream u tends to u infinity, del u by del y decreases at a continuous lesser rate in the y direction. So, del 2 u by del y square remains less than 0 near the edge of boundary layer. Okay. So, now let us make this operation alpha times equation 8 plus beta times equation 10. Then what we will get? So, we can see we can get I alpha u minus omega by alpha, alpha u plus beta w plus V naught alpha du by dy plus beta dw by dy plus V alpha du by dy plus beta by alpha dw by dy plus I beta w alpha u plus beta w is equal to minus I by rho p alpha square plus beta square plus nu alpha d2u by dy square minus alpha square plus beta square u plus beta d2w by dy square minus alpha square plus beta square w. Okay. So, now let us use the squares transformation. So, we will use u bar is equal to u plus beta by alpha w. We will use alpha bar u bar is equal to alpha u plus beta w. Okay. So, you can see from here that we have these terms alpha u plus beta w and this is also alpha u plus beta w. So, we can use alpha bar u bar here and also you can see here that we have this u and w and we have here also du by dy plus beta by alpha dw by dy. So, we can now write the u prime we are representing du by dy. Okay. So, plus beta by alpha dw by dy. So, we will write w prime. So, this we can represent as u prime bar. Okay. So, and here you can see that we have del 2 u by del y square minus alpha square plus beta square u and alpha square beta square we are just writing alpha bar square is equal to alpha square plus beta square. And if you see this, so we will write these terms. So, you can see from here we will write these terms as alpha bar. So, we will write just d2 u by dy square we will write u double prime. Okay. So, this derivative we are writing u double prime, but it will become bar minus alpha bar square u bar. Okay. So, this inside nu whatever we have will represent this term as this. Okay. So, these terms whole term will represent as this. So, we will write C bar is equal to omega by alpha. So, from here you can see that we can write. So, here we will just write w is there beta w. So, if you take alpha outside, so you will get I alpha u plus, so it will be beta by alpha w. Okay, and minus omega by alpha and this will be alpha u plus beta w. Okay. And this one just we will keep as it is v naught alpha du by dy plus beta dw by dy plus v alpha. So, here you can see that this term we will write du by dy plus beta by alpha dw by dy. Okay. And this term already we have added here, this term will take in the left hand side. So, it will be I p by rho alpha square plus beta square, and this term will be as it is, and we are writing alpha bar u bar double prime minus alpha bar square u bar. Okay. So, now you simplified this term. So, you can see that it will be I alpha. So, u plus beta by alpha w. So, this we can write u bar w by alpha. So, we can write c bar alpha u plus beta w. So, this we will write alpha bar u bar plus v naught. Now, you can see this will be just alpha bar u prime bar, right, because then it will become u prime and w prime. So, from here we are writing alpha bar u prime bar. So, u prime is the derivative, okay, du bar by dy, and then this term. So, it will be v alpha, and this you can see from here. So, this we can write u prime bar. So, u prime bar plus this will be I p by rho, and this will be just alpha bar square is equal to in right hand side. Okay. So, there will be one nu here. So, it will be nu alpha bar. So, it will be u double prime bar minus alpha bar square u bar. Okay. So, this we have written using the squares approximation. Now, divide both side by alpha. So, now divide both side by alpha. Okay. So, we will get I u bar minus c bar alpha bar u bar, and here you will get v naught by alpha, and v naught by alpha we can write v naught bar by alpha bar, and this alpha bar will get cancelled. So, we will get v naught bar u prime bar plus here you will get v u prime bar plus I by rho p. So, it will be alpha bar p bar, because p by alpha will be p bar by alpha bar, and one alpha bar will get cancelled, is equal to nu alpha bar by alpha u double prime bar minus alpha bar square u bar, and this equation, let us say that equation 12. Okay. And similarly, from equation 9 we can write I u bar minus c bar alpha bar v bar plus 1 by rho p prime bar plus v naught bar v prime bar is equal to nu alpha bar by alpha v double prime bar minus alpha bar square v bar. Okay. Let us say that this is equation number 13. Okay. So, now from continuity equation we will get dv by dy plus I alpha u plus beta w is equal to 0. So, this we can write, okay, v prime bar plus I alpha bar u bar is equal to 0 using squares approximation. Okay. So, now eliminate pressure between equations 12 and 13 through the operation d of dy of equation 12 minus I alpha bar equation 13. Okay. And this equation, let us say it is 14. So, now if we do d of dy of equation 12, then we will get u prime bar alpha bar u bar plus I u bar minus c bar alpha bar u prime bar plus v naught bar u double prime bar plus u prime bar v prime bar plus v bar u double prime bar plus I by rho alpha bar p prime bar is equal to, in the right hand side we will get nu bar. So, it will be u triple prime, that means d cube u bar by dy cube minus alpha bar square and u prime bar. Okay. So, let us say this is equation 15, and if we make this operation I alpha into equation 13, okay, then we will get minus I square, we are writing minus. So, u bar minus c bar alpha bar square b bar plus I by rho alpha bar p prime bar plus I alpha bar v naught bar v prime bar is equal to I nu bar alpha bar v double prime bar minus alpha bar square v bar, and this equation 16. Here we have made this nu bar is equal to nu alpha bar by alpha. Okay. So, this we have represented nu bar here and nu bar here. Okay. So, now subtract equation 16 from equation 15. Okay. Then we can eliminate the pressure. You can see here we have I by rho alpha bar p prime bar, and here also we have I by rho alpha bar p prime bar. So, this will get cancelled. So, we can eliminate the pressure from these two equations. So, finally, we will get I u prime bar alpha bar u bar plus u bar minus c bar I alpha bar u prime bar plus alpha bar square v bar plus v bar u double prime bar plus u prime minus I alpha bar v naught bar v prime bar plus v naught bar u double prime bar is equal to nu u triple prime bar minus alpha bar square u prime bar minus I nu bar alpha bar, it will be nu bar, and we will get v double prime bar minus alpha bar square v bar. Okay. So, this is equation number 17, and from continuity equation you can see we will get I alpha bar u bar is equal to minus v prime bar. Okay. So, we can write, so whatever we have this u triple prime, u prime, so all these we can, u double prime, all these we can actually substitute in terms of v. Okay. So, you can see that we can write I alpha bar u prime bar is equal to minus v double prime bar, then I alpha u double prime bar is equal to minus v triple prime bar, and I alpha u triple prime bar is equal to minus v 4 prime bar. Okay. So, here let us substitute all these u in terms of v. Okay. Then finally, we will get, if you substitute, minus u prime bar v prime bar plus u bar minus c bar minus v double prime bar plus alpha square V bar plus u double prime bar V bar plus u prime bar minus I alpha bar V bar V prime bar minus V naught bar by I alpha V triple prime bar is equal to nu bar minus 1 by I alpha V 4 prime bar plus alpha bar square divided by I alpha bar V double prime bar minus I nu bar alpha bar V double prime bar minus alpha bar square V bar. Okay. So, after simplification you will get u bar minus c bar V double prime bar minus alpha bar square V bar minus u double prime bar V bar is equal to I V naught bar by alpha bar V triple prime bar minus alpha bar square V double prime bar minus I nu bar by alpha bar V 4 prime bar minus 2 alpha bar square V double prime bar plus alpha to the power 4 V bar. Okay. So, now if we restrict our study just to flow along a wall, then V naught, the normal velocity through this wall obviously will be 0. So, we can write then this equation simplifying just after putting V naught is equal to 0. So, we are putting V naught is equal to 0. So, you will get u bar minus c bar V bar double prime minus alpha bar square V bar minus u double prime bar V bar is equal to minus I nu bar by alpha bar V bar 4 prime minus 2 alpha bar square V double prime bar minus alpha to the power 4 V bar. So, this equation is known as Orde-Sommerfeld equation. Okay. So, you can see it is a linear and fourth order ordinary differential equation. So, it is a linear fourth order ordinary differential equation, and this equation is known as Orde-Sommerfeld equation describing the stability of a parallel flow. In today's class, we studied the stability theory. We started with the flow equation, then we introduced this velocity as summation of parallel flows, and we introduced some perturbation in the parallel flow, and these perturbations, if those are very small, then we can say that it is a linear stability analysis. So, using this parallel flow, we converted this momentum equation into the perturbation equation, and then we use the squares theorem. We use the Fourier analysis, then using that analysis we derived this ordinary differential equation, which is linear and fourth order differential equation. So, this equation, if we solve and find the eigenvalues, then we will be able to comment on the critical Reynolds number for the transition from laminar to turbulent flows. Thank you.